Okay. Yeah, I was talking about Pearson's resources here, and these are you can find them on my lab. If you go in there, when after you purchase, you go in there and then you register for the my lab as well. You're going to see the multimedia library. In multimedia library, you're going to see these. You're going to select multimedia book, animation, video, interactive figure, and then you're going to say find now, and it's going to give you tons of things for each chapter. And this is the first review for calculus part. If you forget about how to rationalize denominators of rational expressions, or if you forget about simplifying using order of operations, if you forget about graphing linear equations, etc., you can always refer to here. Actually, they had written that some of these resources are good from the age of 3 to on. So even there are some really nice videos, even the 3-year-old can really understand it. I don't know whether they exaggerate or not, I don't know, but I've seen it last night. It was interesting. So these are just pre-calculus stuff, right? For example, graph exponential functions here. You can easily graph them, which we talked yesterday. Okay, so you're gonna see some videos, and if you didn't understand things, so it's going to explain it to you. Okay, look, so it's gonna really explain. Look at that. This is the exponential function we talked about, right? Okay, so he's doing this actually right now. Okay, this is 1/3 when a is less than 1. Do you see that? So it is showing how to draw it by hand. So these are really nice videos here. It shows from the beginning. Okay, so for example, there are some parts about trigonometry, and so here functions. That's what we actually talked about. So animation, for example, introduction to functions, composite functions. Let's say you don't know about much about composite functions. You can click on here. There's an animation. Which one we want to see? Okay. For example, finding a composite function. Let's see the animation. Okay. Let's see the animation. All right. So it should show it here. Let's see. Okay, I think it's gonna show. Why doesn't it show?
Finding a composite function. Suppose that f of x equals x squared plus 2x and g of x equals 2x minus 1. Find a, f of g of x, b, g of f of x, c, f of g of 2. Now we can follow steps 1 through 3 to find and solve a composite function.
Okay, so this is another thing. So let's see interactive videos. I want to show you this because we talked about the shifting graphs, right? Shifting scaling graphs. So you can see, you can do this. This is an example of x squared, okay? You remember, so if you change h, okay, so you're shifting towards right, okay? H is, you see h is here. We just see down here, it is minus 3, so you're shifting towards right, okay? If you want to shift towards left, see, this is plus 3. You see that, right? Shifting to the left. And let's say, what is k? K is plus, okay, it's going up and down. Look, k plus 2. This is where we left off. And you can take it down. You can shift down here, okay? And then let's move this to the original part, h is 0. Or maybe you can see it like that. Okay, that's fine. And then let's see what this is. This is the power here in front of x, right? Okay. So if you change it, so it's going to be getting wider, okay, compressing, okay, compressing horizontally. And then we have, this is, if you take the negative values, it's going to be a reflection. Look, negative, it's the reflection. And then depending on the value, it's going to be compressing or stretching. Okay, so you can take a cubic example too. You can take absolute value, which we talked about before, right? K, you move up and down. Okay, look at that. Okay, and then look at the function down here too. Look. Okay, so it's x plus 1. You're changing x, so to the right or to the left. All right, and here it's compressing horizontally, stretching horizontally. Okay, all right, so here, and then when you get the negative values, it's reflection. Okay, so you can see all these things here. So this is a nice application too. And functions, what do we have here? So this is GeoGebra. Okay, this is nice as well. Look, this is the cosine. So you can consider f as a times sine 2 pi over b is x minus c plus t. So if you change d, if you change c, if you change b here, if you change a here, you're going to get different stuff. So for example, what does a do? Okay, okay, do you see that? You're multiplying a. Okay, you're stretching the graph. You're stretching the graph. Okay. Being negative, when you go to the negative, it's gonna a reflection plus stretching. Okay, do you see that? All right, and let me make it okay, original. And what is this? You are changing b. Okay, stretching horizontally. You're stretching horizontally here if you change b. Okay, b is a power in front of x here. Okay, so it is like that. And then what is C? C is gonna shift to the right if it's positive, right? Shift to the right if it is negative. Shift to the left is positive here. Okay. And now what's D? Okay. What's D? D is shifting up and down. Okay, because it's right here. It's changing the Y value. Okay, these are really nice. Okay, we have all these softwares here. And multimedia textbook. Functions and their graphs. Let's see. Yeah, let's see what this is going to give us. Okay. Anyways, so you can try this out, multimedia textbook on your own. And there are some videos, for example, classify a function as even or odd or neither. So this is going to give you, look, classify a function is, so you look at that, how you would solve it.
We want to classify the function f of x equals 2x cubed minus 4x as an even function.
Okay.
If f of negative x gives us
Perfect.
the same exact odd function.
All right.
If we get neither of these,
so these videos actually are very useful. This is how you're going to use. So it is, let's say you didn't understand the even odd functions that I explained, then you can practice here of finding the domain and range of a function. Graph a function by plotting points. Graph a piecewise defined function. Find a composition of functions. Okay, we talked about that. But that could be very quick, and you can also refer to this resource. It's going to be just, you're going to get answers right away, okay? And you don't have to watch all of my video to get to the point. So you can just say, I'm interested in finding the composition of functions. You just click in here. In 2 minutes, you're going to get the idea, all right? Stretches, compressions, and reflections it's talking about. Okay, these are really good resources. So I recommend you. So we are going to start chapter 2 today because we are done with chapter 1. All right, so that's what I want to show. And still, yesterday I had some problems with my internet. Today I fixed it. And I am going to put some assignments that you're going to see. And the assignments that you're going to see actually, yeah, homework and test, it's going to appear here. And actually, I have my manage, which I actually put my homework and assignments here. And you're going to have the grade book. Let's see how many students registered. Okay. Let's see. I should see the people's names here. Okay. It should appear actually. I know they should appear. So it means there is a problem in here. I'm supposed to see your names. I know students registered. Okay, let's see. Here's my class. Okay, so I'm going to ask the publisher's office. It should show actually the student's name. Okay, I have the students here. Okay. Okay, I have these registered students right here. Okay, so and I will. They can actually. I can see their grades. I can look at their grades here, and I'm gonna check whether they did the homework or not. And today we are gonna start the homework stuff. Hopefully today. So chapter contents. What you could do. For functions, you can do homework. I think this is the student's view. Let me change the student's view. I must help. I think this. So yeah, if I say manage, it's my view. You can take quizzes here. There's a study plan you can work on. Okay, let's check it out. Study plan. It should show all the chapters. Okay. For example, there are some already given tests here. Okay, let's say 1 week I didn't give you homework, but that would not mean that you're not going to study. So you're going to open up, and it's about find, and it says which this is related to. Let's say you don't know how to find the domains and angles, ranges of functions, etc. You just try and do the problem here, and then write functions and their graphs. Here's a question. And there are parts here that question help. Let's say you don't know how to solve it. Help me solve this. Okay, it's going to say, help me solve this. So it's going to help us to solve. The domain of a function is the set of all possible input values. For a square root function, the radicand must be non-negative. It's giving you the information. Radicand means it's the part that's inside the radical. So we require it to be non-negative. So it's giving you help. So it says, continue. I didn't understand still, let's say. Let's press continue. It's going to give you more hint. Okay. Determine when the radicand is non-negative. So 9x plus, this is the next step that you have to do. 9x plus 36 is greater or equal to 0. 9x is greater or equal to negative 36. And then x is greater or equal to negative 36 over 9. Okay. And which you are going to get the answer, and it just leaves it to you, I guess. Yeah, you can write it like that, or you can write it directly. If you divide 36 by 9, it's negative 4, right? Okay, let's see whether it's going to allow us. Yes. Okay, check answer. So I want to check answer. It says excellent. Okay, so I know that I did this. I solved the question. All right, so we close that. Okay, anything else? Let's say I want to see one more example because it's not enough for me. I want to see another example. So I want to view another example. So it creates another example. And now I know what to do because I just learned. But I still want to see the solution. And it does the same thing. Look, 3x plus 21 greater or equal to 0. 3x greater or equal to negative 21. X is greater or equal to negative 7. So the domain is everything bigger than or equal to negative 7. So we finish it off. Okay? So it gives the answer here too, how you would express it. It's going to be negative 7 to plus infinity, and we are done. Okay. Okay, and also that was the question range. Actually, I forgot. It's not the only domain. It says the range. Let's do it. The range so we are getting help from it. The range can be found by substituting different values of x into the equation. It tells you what to do. The square root function increases as x increases. This means the lower bound of the range can be determined from the left bound of the domain, negative 7. So we plug in negative 7, we get a 0, of course. Okay. Okay. And then let's see what it says. It says, so we found that the range starts from 0. Similarly, we want to find an upper bound of the range, and we just can be obtained from the right bound of the domain. But what's the right bound? Right bound was infinity for the domain. If you plug in infinity here, we get infinity. So the range is going to go from 0 to plus infinity. So the upper bound for the range is infinite. Okay, so these are what we have, and it also shows you how you should write it down. It is 0 closed, 0 included, and infinity not included. Okay, so that's what it is, why it is useful. Let's say another example. Okay, do you want to see any examples on something that we can just work through? Because this, you can consider this as like a practice. First hour before we start chapter 2, I want to make sure that you guys understand my lab, the use of it, and how it's beneficial to you. You can say, okay, teacher, can you show me an example in this thing? And there's also, just think about that, okay? And then I'm going to choose some exercises to practice, to review chapter 1 with you, okay? So there's textbook. There's textbook, e-textbook. Let's say I want to read about it, okay? Let's say the hint is not enough. I want to read the part. So it just takes me to the ebook. But before I proceed, let me check out whether you guys are following me. Are you with me? Okay, let me check it out.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I like that. Okay, look, for example, let's do some questions as a review for chapter 1. So this is 1.1. You tell me which type of questions we solve. Let's solve it together, and it's gonna teach you. Let me see, just a sec. Why these guys don't disappear? Okay, let's make it disappear. Okay, anyways, okay, they disappeared. All right, so for example, graph and find formulas for piecewise defined functions, okay? So we can do such an example. Let's say determine where the functions are increasing, decreasing, where the functions are even or odd or neither, okay? So these are the topics that we discussed last time. Okay, okay, let's do some examples. So tell me what you worked on and you weren't able to do, or part that you didn't understand. I'm gonna just solve a similar question. I need an input from you. You can write it down in the chat saying that, teacher, can you solve some problems about this and that? And I can solve some practice problems in the first hour, just to practice and show you my lab better, okay? Okay, can you do that, please? Just give me some input. What type of questions you are in trouble, or which parts that we went over last 2 weeks, and you weren't able to understand well. And we can solve some questions over there. Okay, on that. Okay, can you please help me? Tell me what type of questions you want to see from chapter 1.
Maybe cosinus, sinus.
Okay, trigonometric functions, right? Some questions about Ahmet, you're talking, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Teacher,
Huh.
can we look at the logarithmic functions after the
Of course. Yes.
Ahmet wants?
Yes, definitely, Emir. You can write actually in the chat. Just write in the chat, guys. Anybody who wants to, you can write and we can go through that one by one, because this is first hour. We have to practice because we want to know whether you guys were able to understand. And of course, this is second week. Just it's been like less than 10 days. Okay, yeah. And then let's practice together. Okay. I'll give you just 1 minute to, 1 minute to do that. Okay, so I'm gonna start with logarithmic functions. Yeah. No, first, what was it before logarithmic?
Cosinus, sinus, Ahmet wanted.
Trigonometric functions, right? Okay, ISO says something. What will be our username when entering the Pearson? Are we going to open this by creating? Let me see. By recreating an account ourselves, or do we already have a username? You don't have a username. You're going to create. I send you the information. You just enter all this information, and I think your login username should be your email. That's my guess. Okay. And you got an email from the Charlie bookstore, but it's not my username, it's my email and password. Yeah, that's what it is. That's right, that's right. That's right. That's what you should use there as well. Okay? Okay, so it's that simple. Let's see. Okay, let's find trigonometric functions. Let's see what type of questions in trigonometric functions. Okay, we have seen in, I think 1.2 it was, I guess, right? Let's check it out. This is shifting. I think chapter 1.1 we started the trigonometric functions, I guess. Let's see, let's find it out. Work in your study plan. Let's do the study plan, okay? It just gives you the option whether you want to start with the e-text or you want to start with the study plan, because sometimes students understand, but they want to directly go into the questions. They want to solve questions, practice it. But sometimes students say, "Oh, I don't think I have enough information, knowledge. I want to just go through the e-text. I want to read it first, and then I'm gonna go through the study plan and work on that." That's why it's saying that. Okay. Let's see, find the domain of range functions. Okay, it doesn't really separate. It was on 1.3, right, that we discussed. Let's check it out. Now I don't remember. Okay, let's see. Use the arc length. Okay, evaluate trigonometric functions, graph and identify characteristic of, here we are. Derive trigonometric identities, evaluate trigonometric functions using the addition formulas for cosine and sine. Anything interesting for you, Ahmet, here? Like, which one do you want to start? Solve trigonometric equations, use the law of sine and cosine, identify the transformations of sine curves, and graph the functions. Okay, maybe we should start as transformations until you tell me which one. I mean, if you recommend something else.
Maybe.
Yeah, go ahead.
Trigonometric equations.
Trigonometric equations. Let's go there. Trigonometric equations. Derive trigonometric identities, graph and identify characteristics of trigonometric functions. Evaluate trigonometric functions. Addition formulas, evaluate, solve trigonometric equations. Okay, I see that. This is the difficult part, right? Solving trigonometric equations. It's kind of difficult. I know that. Okay, solve for the angle theta, it says. Do you want me to make it larger like this? Is it better now? I think it's better, right? Okay, solve for the angle theta where theta 0 to 2 pi. Okay, if you want to solve it, this is sine squared theta is equal to 1/4. And they are asking about theta. We want to find for theta, okay? So how are we going to do? This is related to double angle formulas. You can actually, what you could do at first, let's see. I mean, you can either do double angle formulas or you can try to do it like this. Okay, let's try to do it first like that without using the double angle formulas. Sine squared theta is 1/4. We take the square root of both sides. When you take the square root of both sides, you get 1/2 plus minus 1/2. So sine theta is equal to plus minus 1/2 is fine. So this is not going to be too bad. So we don't have to use double angle formulas here. So then we ask ourselves, what is sine theta 1/2? And what is sine theta negative 1/2? Then we go from there, okay? That's what we are going to do. And I'm going to show you the steps here. So I'm going to do that so that you can see the solution without me. See, it is using double angle formulas. Do you understand? You can either use it or this one. Either one is fine, okay? You're going to get, you have two different ways of solving it, okay? So you half angle formulas, I'm sorry, which you have double angle here actually. Double angle formulas, I mean half angle formula comes from double angle formula. Okay, they are related. One comes from the other. So if we use the half angle formula, we have sine squared theta is equal to 1 minus cosine 2 theta over 2. And we are going to say, let's continue to show you that. So we are going to say this equation becomes this equation now, okay? This is equal to 1/4. And we are going to simplify both sides. Okay, when you simplify by 2, you get 1 minus cosine 2 theta is equal to 1 over 2, right? Let's use one of the two, like this, 1 over 2 here, okay? And then you continue. We are not done yet, though. It's not finished, by the way. Okay, so far it's good. It says fine. Okay, it says solve for the angle theta, but we are not done yet, by the way. Okay, we continue now. Okay, so so far we are here, 1 minus cos, and it's saying, oh, you did a good job. It's good, right? It's just appraise, or how to say it, appraising you. Okay, so this is good. And then this is equal to 1 over 2. We want to solve for cosine 2 theta now because they are asking about theta. Okay, so we simplify it. Cosine, we take this cosine 2 theta here. Cosine 2 theta is equal to 1 over 2 then. Again, I'm going to use this 1 over 2. Okay, and then let's check the answer. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, it says nice work. Thank you. And now let's continue. And we are going to continue. And then we ask ourselves, cosine 2 theta is over 2. For which theta this is going to be true? Okay, let's ask ourselves, cosine ASCT, right? All students, what? Study calculus, right? All students study calculus. All students, study, all students study calculus. Isn't it? ACSST, okay. There's sign positive here. There's all here, all students not study, right? All students, what was it? Because this should be A, this should be S, this should be C. Study okay, here. Take calculus, not study. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's my bad. All students take calculus, okay? Because here tangent is what? Tangent is positive here. Sine is positive here. All of them are positive here. Cosine is positive. All students take calculus, okay? So then, so we are interested in 2 theta being positive. So it could be in the first quadrant, okay? And it could be here in the last quadrant, the fourth one, okay? It's going to be one of the two, okay? So here, so we are interested in when cosine is 1 over 2. Is it pi over 3 or pi over 6? Which one? So we have to remember that. Pi over 6 or pi over 3? I think pi over. Anybody knows? Pi over 3? Pi over 3 is 60 degrees. Cosine 60 is sine 30 degrees. So this is right. So 2 theta is going to be pi over 3. So let's try to write pi. Let's write this first. And then I'm going to go in here and pi over 3. Let's put it in. Okay, let's check it out. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, good job. So I got a good job thing. Okay, so then let's continue. Okay, let's move on. And then cosine 2 theta is equal to 1 over 2. 2 theta, we did. Okay, this is the second one. And here, you can write actually the angle going opposite way. Okay, or you can write this one. Okay, so if you write the negative one, we will try whether it's going to say okay. Okay, if this is pi over 3, if it is pi over 3, this should be negative pi over 3 as well. Let's check it out. Maybe we are right. Maybe we are wrong. Let's check it out. Okay, I'm going to put negative. Let's see whether it's going to accept, because sometimes it doesn't accept some notations. So if it doesn't accept negative pi over 3, we have to go through like 2 pi minus pi over 3, which is the other way around. Let's check it out. Okay, it says, note that the angle in the figure represents the correct angle. Find angle between pi and 2 pi such that the cosine of the angle is 1 over 2. So it wants you to write it positively. Okay, so let's write this like that. Let's see whether if I write it like this, whether it's going to accept it. Okay, let's see. 2 pi, 6 pi, 5 pi over. Okay, I'm going to do it like that. 5 pi over 3. Did I compute right? Let's check it out. Okay, well done. So it doesn't like the negative value. If it doesn't like the negative value, then I have to write it positive because see, the angle would go in the opposite way, opposite direction. If it accepted the negative angle, it would just do the opposite direction one. Okay. So there are some itsy bitsy details when you work on the MyLab, but you have to be careful, and then you are going to be done. Look, it shows like the angle is going this way. It's the positive direction. It's not this way, okay? Because of that, you don't get the right answer if you write negative pi over 3, okay? And then what's next? Since the period of the cosine function is 2 pi, all right, and add 2 pi to each of these angles to find other angles between 0 and 4 pi that's equal to 2 pi. Yes, we would do that. So you just, okay, but this is asking for the angle between 0 to 2 pi. Okay, it's not asking for more than 2 pi. This is just extra information that they are giving you. Okay, but no, not extra. We need this because why? Theta is between 0 to 2 pi, not 2 theta. Okay, this is the right thing. We need to do that because sometimes, since we have twice of theta is this is equal to that, so we have to yeah, we have to do that. This is needed step. Since the period of the cosine function is 2 pi, add 2 pi to each of these angles to find the other angles between 0 and 4 pi that's equal to 2 theta. Okay, so we add that. Let's add it up. So 3 times 6 is 7, 7 pi. 7 plus 1 is 8 pi. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to write 8 where I have the pi here. 8 pi over 3. Okay, let's do this for this one as well. If you add 2 pi to it, this is 6, 11 pi over 3 again. All right. So I'm going to check the answer whether I'm right or not. At least one of your answers is incorrect. Let's check it out. Maybe I made a mistake. Okay. So which one is, oh, this is not 8. Why did I say 8, right? Yeah.
It's gonna be 7, right? Yes.
Yes, this is 7, right? The first one is, why did I write 8? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, sometimes I do when I talk too fast. Okay, thank you. Now it's fantastic. Okay, we got it right. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to close this. Okay, even this simple example, actually, you need to be careful about equations for trigonometric functions. Okay, so this is another question. Do you want me to continue with that, or do you want me to do another example from another topic? No comment?
I got it. I got the point.
Okay, let's move to the logarithmic functions.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Excuse me. Okay, so immediately we got the practice. We have the recommended objectives. Okay. Okay, sometimes you get that. Okay, 1.3. Let's go back to 1.3 again. Logarithmic functions should be in 1.3 as well. So let's go to study plan again because we want to solve some problems here, right? So let's look into. Do you see no logarithmic functions here? Maybe in 1.2. Maybe in 1.2, right? No logarithmic here. Let's check it out. Okay, so let's see that. I want logarithmic functions. Doesn't show, right? In 1.4? No, I don't think in 1.4. 1.4 we didn't cover. Let's check it out anyways. Maybe some stuff here. 1.1. Where did we see? Is it 1.1? I'm not sure. Maybe in one of these guys, graphing. Right?
1.
Maybe
1.4.
1.4 we didn't cover because it's about the graphing. I mean, it's about using a computer for graphing. We didn't do that. Okay. I think that, let me read carefully, okay, because it should be somewhere here. Find values of variables using proportionality relationships. Whether the function is even and increasing. Greatest integer. It should be 1.3 though. Why logarithm is not here? But I can find you from the from where? Look, I can look into what is this GR. Let's check this out. Graph linear equation. This is the video. None, right? Yeah, not this one. Interesting. It should be somewhere here. Okay, then chapter 1.3 should be. How come we don't have logarithm? Because maybe it mentions very little. Because there's a chapter, I guess, about logarithms. That's why it doesn't give you exercises here, okay? There's a big chapter in, which chapter, 6 or 7, I don't remember right now. Okay, let me go to chapter, okay, let me go to chapters that's suitable. Let's check this out.
Teacher, if you are going to learn more.
Yeah. Anyways, so when I get to it, I promise.
Teacher.
Yeah, Emir. Yeah, I promise you to show this logarithm questions, because I think there's a big chapter on that. That's why it doesn't just gives you that. Like, I couldn't find it.
I was going to ask that. If you are going to learn more about
Yeah,
logarithms,
let's do it
we are
later.
not.
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
need to solve them questions.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna get to study plan again, but there's the first page. Multimedia library, we hit that. Okay, so quickly maybe get that and show you the logarithm there. I just thought. Okay, I said that. Come down here, it's down here. Do you see? Okay, solve logarithmic equations. Okay, so let's see. It's the video. It's the video. Okay. This is the video, so we don't have the we don't have yet other stuff. Okay. So this is
quantity of x plus 5 raised to the third power, and all of that equal to 4. We're going to give the exact solution. So first,
these are all review, of course. Like, we
rewrite.
assume you know these things. So if you don't know, please check it out. Okay.
I have a base of 2 in my log, and I'm taking log base 2 of this quantity right here, which is the quantity x plus 5 raised to the third power, all of this being equal to 4. The definition for logarithm, this quantity right here is equal to my base raised to my answer, which is 4.
Do you remember I told you about the logarithmic functions, that logarithmic functions has an equivalent representation in terms of exponential. So this is the exponential way of expressing it. So the base becomes the base of the exponential function, exponential expression here, okay? 2 to the 4 is equal to the thing inside. So that's why we get that.
So I can rewrite my initial equation as the quantity x plus 5 raised to the third power equal to 2 raised to the fourth power. So first, I'm going to rewrite my equation. Next, 2 to the fourth power is equal to 16. So that gives me the equation, the quantity x plus 5 raised to the third power equal to 16. Next, I'm going to take my equation and I need to solve for x. I have the quantity x plus 5 raised to the third power. In order to move that third power to the other side or cancel it, I'm going to take the cubic root of both sides. The cubic root of something raised to the third power is going to give me that initial quantity, which is x plus 5. But I can't just raise the left side to the 1/3 power, or just take the cubic root of the left side I also need to take the cubic root of the right side as well. So now I have x plus 5 is equal to the cubic root of 16. But I still need to solve for x. I'm adding 5, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. Now remember, the initial problem told me that they want an exact answer. So I'm not going to enter this into my calculator in order to solve and get an approximation. However, the cubic root of 16 can be rewritten in a more simplified form. 16 is the same as 2 times 8, and I can take the cubic root of 8. So I can take my equation and rewrite it as x is equal to negative 5 plus 2 times the cubic root of 2. And that will be my final answer for x.
Okay, so see, this is about solving x in logarithmic equation. So you can see it, it is very clear, and you can follow it when you need it. Okay, probably Ahmed, your question was about graphs or something. I'm not sure. Does this answer your question? Like, is it good? Is it good for you? Right?
Actually, I asked the logarithmic questions teacher, not Ahmed.
No, Emir, did you? Okay, sorry. So is that what you wanted, or is that you wanted more, like graphs or something?
Actually, I wanted graphs, but it is not necessary anymore because you told us we are going to do logarithms in the future.
Yes.
So I
Okay.
don't want to waste your time.
Okay. Okay, so you can, anyways, you know where to look into in your free time, and when we get to it, you can also see that. Okay, let's continue from here. That's what I wanted to show you, and let's go back to study plan. And do you guys have any questions? If you don't have any questions, then I'm going to okay, Kashgar, let's see, just a sec. I'm getting some comments here, chat. Let me read it out. But it's not confirming my email is a username. Okay. Aysudenis, why don't you write me an email saying, expressing your problem? It could be in Turkish, doesn't matter, because I'm going to send it to Turkish representative, the publisher's Turkish representative. So either in Turkish or in English, doesn't matter. Just send it to me because he knows both. He knows English and he knows Turkish. So just send it to me, and I'm going to send it to the publisher's representative, okay? And they should fix it because it's their problem. They are selling it, so they have to do that. Okay?
I send you an email, but I create a new account now, and I think I joined the person.
Okay, but you should tell me because they may have just if you have 2 accounts, one is inactive. If they give like, okay. So did you buy it again, or what did you do? Did you buy another one?
No, I just create a new account. I just create a new account. But
okay, you fixed it. Okay, perfect. That's wonderful. Okay. Kashayar, how do you pronounce your name, Kashayar? Or how do you say it? How do you say your name? Or can you speak? If you can't, that's fine. Teacher, my browser don't support the site. When I click or select like chapter contents on my lab, this shows up. Your content has been opened in a new browser window. Okay. Why don't you send me that to me, and I will forward. But I have a suggestion for you guys, or to all of you. You have to. There are some updates when you log into Pearson's website. It says you have to, there's a screen coming up saying that update to this blah blah. So you have to do that first, because and it's going to check your browser, it's going to check everything, whether your computer is good enough to handle that or whatever. Okay. If you need extra softwares, or it's going to just do all these things, so you have to do that first, so that you don't experience any problems when you're doing your homework or tests. Okay, this is very, very important. It's as important as buying this product. Okay, So please do that. So check it out. Maybe, I mean, since mine is updated, it's not giving me that error. I would show you that, but you should always do that first. Okay. Okay. So anyways, you send me the error, Kashayar. Just I'm gonna forward it to ask them if there's anything else, okay, other than the updates problem. Then they can give you information and you can go through that. Okay, FLTI site shows you usable browsers, so you must download another one. Yeah. FLTI is right. Okay, Ömer Fark says hi. Sudanur, I can teach you. I didn't get an email from the store. I wrote an email to them. They haven't answered yet. I bought the book on Friday. Okay, do you know where to email? If you have the email address, then that's fine. But if otherwise, you send it to me and I send to the publisher. Okay. If you don't get a response, because they are usually it is quicker if I forward it. I think that's what I know. I use only your email's name, not std blah blah. What do you mean, Sajidin? Your email's name, not okay. Not the extension. You mean not the @std Antalya part. Okay. Okay, that's a good information, Sajidin. Thank you. Süleyman says, Hocam, I bought the book with hard copy, but they didn't send me yet, and they didn't give me any information about cargo. Did you get, Süleyman, did you get Pearson's access code? I mean, MyLab's access code? Okay.
Yes, I get this.
Okay, so cargo takes a while. Okay, you should start working on MyLab and eText. You should use eText instead of the hard copy. It just takes at least 1 week. Did they say anything that about, for example, it's gonna take a week or 10 days? Did they say anything about this? About the cargo when you purchase?
Hayır da zaten 6 gün oldu. Geçen hafta Perşembe vermiştim.
Evet. Okay. So you can send me an email and I will forward it. But again, it's the cargo thing, and because of the COVID-19, as you guys we all know. Okay, this cargo thing. Attınız mı? Tamam. I have too many emails. I have not responded some of them still from yesterday. Okay. So as I get time, I respond. I have meetings. I have other stuff. So sorry about that. I cannot immediately respond. So again, I'm telling you, COVID-19, because of COVID-19, cargo stuff is really delaying. For example, I ordered a couple of things and I was expecting to receive it in 10 days, and it's been months, and I didn't receive it, and I give them a call again. So it's just, they send it after 40 days. So this type of thing happen. It's not because of the store, I think, bookstore, it's because of the cargo company. And so anyways, I don't want to tell you all my story about that, but I was very frustrated as well. But I hope it's not going to be like that in your case, because some cargo comes on time, even in a shorter time. Some cargo doesn't do that. Okay. Just give me 1 sec. I'm going to, just a sec. Okay, so I'm sorry about the delay. Okay, when and how will we take eText and MyMathLab? Jamil, what was your situation? You sent me an email, right? You were overseas, am I right? When you're overseas, is that you that I remember? Can you confirm, Jamil? I think we corresponded with you on that. Okay, so you ordered the hard copy, right, Jamil? And you were overseas, and that was the problem. Am I Remembering right. Please confirm. Emir says, teacher, can you check if I registered as your student in my lab? Because I'm not sure, to be honest. Teacher, can you check if I register? Okay, yeah. Yeah, I can just copy paste. I can immediately, maybe I can directly check it out here. Probably you did. And when you send the homework, maybe you are gonna see that as well. Let's see. The grade book, it should show up. Let's see. Where are my students? Usually it should show up. Why doesn't it show up? Because I don't have the assignment, probably. Okay, anyways, I will check that. Okay, Emir, and then I will send it to you. Yeah, so didn't show the name. That's good. This shows it. If you're sure that there's no problem, thanks, man. No problem. To the friends who bought the hard copy, I bought it on Wednesday and book came today. Okay, so you have to wait. Thank you, Fatih, for the comment. Yeah, that's very good. Okay, I think that's also it. I answered all of the questions, I guess, or I saw all of the comments. Okay. All right. So we can have a 10 minutes break if you like, because time is up. Then we are going to start chapter 2, unless you want me to solve some MyMathLab questions. Okay, in here, because some students didn't receive, so we can practice a little bit more. But if you don't want to see it, then we have to start chapter 2. Okay, let me know. Let me know. Think about it and think about your questions, and we meet at 10:10. Okay, see you. Bye-bye.